The American E-Kart Championship in indoor electric karting is one of the few sports in which anyone can win. And the track is a place where people of all ages and backgrounds can race for local notoriety or even a $10,000 championship. All using the exact same equipment, fighting to be at the top of the leaderboard. All of us are chasing something. There isn't any one of us who on some level doesn't want to be the fastest. It doesn't matter if we're crawling or running, skiing or swimming. It doesn't matter if we're on our skateboards or scooters, motorcycles or motor cars. From the Invictus Games to the Special Olympics and other individual and team events all over the world, adaptive athletes are pushing the boundaries of competitive sport. Jerry Duvall, a double above-the-knee amputee who plays competitive hockey, is no exception.
Most amusement parks, I can't go get on the roller coasters because I don't have the legs, so they won't allow me on roller coasters because I'm a hazard for their parks. So, but like here, I get to come here, and I don't have to worry about that, you know? I could come here and enjoy myself, be who I am, and not worry about other things, you know, in life, the things that I shouldn't have to worry about, you know?
Jim Mundell, owner of Overdrive in Colorado Springs, Colorado, himself a double amputee, made it his mission to make his track more inclusive by demanding hand-controlled karts.
I tell you what, there is nothing that probably gives me or my employees more joy than to see somebody who, you know, when they come in, they don't expect to be able to do this. And to be able to provide this, it gives more to us than probably, or as much to us as it does to someone like Jerry. You know, it is, you know, me being a double amputee myself, I certainly understand, probably not to the extent Jerry does, but I certainly, he talked about roller coasters and amusement parks. They don't let me ride those rides either. You know, they want you to have one good leg. And I say, well, I've got two good legs, you know, and it doesn't matter. I was not able to ride these rides at an amusement park, and it upset me so much that I called our manufacturer in Italy, and I knew these were in research and development carts like this. And I said, if I prepaid for those, would you make it, you know, boost it up in the priority list? And it was probably 2 months after we opened, we got our delivery of 4 hand-controlled carts from Italy. To see somebody come in like a paraplegic coming in with their family, and they fully expect to come in here and watch. That's all they're here to do. And when I say, well, you can compete against your family and friends and you can be part of this, it is just joyful for them and for us. So, and then it was not just physically disabled. We found out how we can serve the mentally disabled, or, you know, with Down syndrome, with autism, which is with PTSD, with traumatic brain injury. We open early. We do things to where we can spend the time, you know, the carts are remote controlled, so we can cater their experience based on their ability. And we don't want to say no to anybody, you know. I don't like to say no. Our biggest thing is if it's safe, we're going to do it. And we're going to give everybody the chance to experience this sport. And I think it's a blessing, not only the people we do that for, but it's certainly a blessing for us and our employees. We are here to serve the underserved, and that's what we try to do. It doesn't matter what disability, ability, whatever, we are going to try to serve everybody. And if everybody had that mindset, it would be a different world. Because you see people like Jerry. I mean, Jerry's a hockey player. I mean, watching him drive, he could actually be a race car driver. I mean, the guy's amazing, you know, and it's so neat when you give those opportunities to see what comes out of it.
Not only does it doesn't just allow individuals that are able-bodied, but it allows everyone to come out and interact with each other. So what it kind of does is it levels the playing field for everyone. Like myself, I could go out there and I could beat anybody with legs. And you know what? I'm up for the challenge too, you know? You won't think you could beat me, come on. You know, that's just me in anything though, you know? Just that competitive edge, so.
I think the evolution of karting hopefully is going to become more mainstream as the technology gets better. That's probably the real exciting part is in the last few years in gas karts and electric karts, we've seen the technology evolve. They're getting safer, which is always great. They're getting more fuel efficient. They're also getting a bigger focus on racing. And so I think over the next few years, we're going to see it evolve more into a real competitive nature. So hopefully, you know, looking at the AEKC, hopefully we continue to grow this and bring in other karting centers to show that this is a real serious event. And as we grow our leagues and as we grow our culture, help produce more future NASCAR drivers in the future. Here we are, we have a low-cost way to come in, race, and hopefully get up to those higher echelons in the future. You have your first-timers that come out and have so much fun and get hooked. You have your adrenaline junkie that is looking for an outlet. You have your professional kart racer who maybe is an off-season or the weather is really bad outside and they need a place to practice. So you have this wide range of people that are coming out to race karts because it's so approachable.
So Blue Collar Kart Night came about, one of my childhood friends, Michael Martin, him and I, we joined a league here and, just talking, just because we raced against guys that we didn't really know. And we're like, man, there's all these racetracks around here, and we just thought it'd be fun to try to get all these guys to just close the garage ups for a night and just come out and have some fun. Remember why we got into racing. Racing was all about fun, not a job or anything. So indoor karting has given me a chance to reconnect with a lot of guys that didn't get to choose when they want to stop racing. They just were kind of forced in a position, whether it was financial reasons or just, they lost interest because it felt like it was more of a job than it was fun. So coming here and just being able to hang out with your friends, get some competitive racing in, and just know that, it's not a huge commitment. It makes it, it reminds us why we got into this, why we want to have fun doing this. I've seen guys that are as far as, they're salesmen, they're construction workers, they're mechanics, they're labor guys, they're, it's just an array of jobs, and that's why we decided to call it Blue Collar Kart Night, because it's not a huge commitment thing. It's just for your average blue collar worker that just has a night out with the boys and even some girls to come out and race against their peers.
So e-karting, it's an equal opportunity sport. It doesn't matter where you come from, right? If you're male, female, you could be 13, you could be 30. You look at backgrounds, just in the locations that we have competing, we've had news reporters that are competing, we've had students in high school, doctors, lawyers, self-employed professionals. It doesn't matter your background. Everybody has an equal opportunity to come in and compete and win, and I think that's the coolest thing about e-karting. Is that we kind of level the playing field. You go to other professions and the more money you have, you increase your ability to win. You can't come out and spend any additional money on your kart here to give yourself an advantage. So it's just an even playing field, which is really awesome. I think with karting in general, you never know who's going to win a race. You come out and you're racing with 9 other people on the track, and it's anyone's race. You never know who's going to win. It could be my day, it might not be my day. I'm not the best racer, but I can hold my own, but I never know if I'm going to go out and race who's coming in off the street and who's going to beat me that day. And I think that's the same thing for any racer out there.
Who's the fastest? Is it a college student? A teacher? A TV reporter? Is it a kid who's years from getting his driver's license? World War II veteran? Or a double amputee? Who's the fastest? Does it really matter where or how we finish when the victory is simply getting into the action? After all, who's the real winner? The first to reach the finish line or the last to stop playing? Who's the fastest? It's anyone's race.